Hello, a very warm welcome to this video. So in this video we'll be talking about various alphabets, including Ugaritic. We're also going to be looking at the God of Wealth, and how to communicate to the God of Wealth, and there will also be a bit of meditation music to dive deeper into the left-hand path. So, when practicing devil worship, there are various alphabets that is wise to learn. Now, a lot of these are emanating from extinct languages, so languages which have been very long dead but are worth learning because the previous gods and deities of all the religions before the Judeo-Christian religions swept the world, these older beliefs talk a lot about deities, which modern day Satanism draws a lot of inspiration from, and therefore knowing these languages and these alphabets help in reading primary material concerning the kind of literature which is used even today in modern day Satanism. And these languages, there are kind of three ones which I would like to particularly point out. These are used a lot in kind of Luciferianism, and these are Ugaritic, Aramaic, and also Moabite Phoenician. Aramaic you've probably heard of before, the other two probably less so. Now, Ugaritic is nice in that, unlike many languages at the time, you do write it left to right, not right to left. There are also plenty of examples where the deific masks, which is what a Luciferian names the kind of energies which encapsulates the kind of concepts that we would like to make use of when doing magic. The deific masks can be described using words which are written in Ugaritic, and there's plenty of examples of this, so it makes it a nice case study. And I'll be giving some examples of Ugaritic in a bit. Later on I'll do videos on Aramaic and also Moabite, although kind of even for Ugaritic this video will just be short. I'll be doing one which goes into more depth hopefully fairly soon. The other alphabet that is worth learning is Enochian. I've done a whole video on Enochian, which gives you kind of the beginning to start off learning the language, so I'll kind of leave that for now, but that's a more modern language, if you like, which is also worth looking at. So, Ugaritic. Ugaritic, it looks, when written as an alphabet, a lot like just a sequence of kind of like jaw lines, if you read a tiger's jaw, so lots of kind of triangles, very bulky symbols, but very easy to write, unlike kind of Egyptian hieroglyphs, which are incredibly detailed. They have all the letters you would need to usually write, although they also have kind of symbols for things like commas, which is usually just for us pieces of grammar. They're actually words. Here are some kind of words from Ugaritic which might be relating to kind of practice of magic or that kind of thing. So We have Viti, which is wizards, Vit, witch, Ember is flame, Malat is full moon. I mentioned full moon because depending upon your practice, you might be more into nature, and the kind of natural cycles of things like the moon and that kind of thing, so it's there for that sort of thing. But as you can see, a lot of these words are rather, well, they're strung together consonants, so that make them quite hard to pronounce, which is why usually I would just write them, and writing these are very simple. When I do a full video on it, I'll put a picture on of the alphabet, but it's not too challenging. It's worth pointing out that the word ilu is actually something that even Tolkien seemed to be fairly familiar with, and Tolkien was an amazing linguist, because in his Silmarillion, the kind of like All-Father, kind of the equivalent to the Judeo-Christian God, is named Iluvathar, also called Eru, or El even, so he was, Tolkien was seemingly aware of this Ugaritic word, even though I'm not sure if he came across it in the context of this language. But these are words that you might like to know, or just examples to get you kind of started on it. There's a lot that can be talked about in terms of incantations and stuff, although most incantations relate not so much to the language you're using, that's up to you, but to the specific deity you're speaking to, and therefore I'll be moving on to looking at the god of wealth, Mammon. So firstly, the name, where does the name come from? Well, the name comes from it can be found previous to the Bible, but you can also see it within the Bible, as with many of these names. For example, when Jesus is stating that you cannot both essentially serve God and kind of like seek wealth and make wealth your idol, he refers to Mammon. Mammon literally in Hebrew means wealth. And if you would like to speak to Mammon, you can do things such as burn a candle whilst reciting the names of Isitu and Davivu, which are the forces of the Kundalini. Now, Kundalini is another word for the black flame, and Isitu and Davivu are the words for flame and fire. So again, you're talking really about kind of the desire. Flame here embodies desire, and you're talking about or trying to reach out to a desire, and the desire that you want to become manifest if you're speaking to Mammon is wealth. But to be honest, if you just write explicitly what you're looking for, or speak to Mammon explicitly about what you're looking for, you don't have to worry too much about making wealth a vital part of your ritual. But what you do want to get across in the ritual is your intent, your desire, and therefore that should be the focus of kind of your practice. And similarly, you can do more traditional things such as burning a candle or practicing some kind of meditation. Where kind of burning a candle again symbolises kind of your desire kind of lighting up and burning within you. It's quite a visceral image, but that's partly its point. A lot of ritual is metaphorical, although there are contained within it certain secrets that can be found within the occult, and and many of these secrets include particular phrases, particular relations to other ancient practices, and also usages of particular alphabets and sigils. And hopefully this channel provides you with a good overview of these things. Now I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know this video has been quite brief, but I will just end now with a bit of meditation music, and thank you very much for listening.